Okay, so we got 25 bucks from Jogel. How do you make sure your home inspection is done well? We are offering on a 90-year-old house, and I'm paranoid the finished basement is hiding stuff. From what I can see, the bones are great, but Pittsburgh has moist basements.
Yeah, they can do a radon test in the basement. You can do tests for that. I mean, you can't be scared. You sound like you're scared. Moisture in the basement, you're gonna have a sump pump. All right, you have to have a dehumidifier. All right, there's got to be testing. Moisture tests, there's got to be. How fast, how much? Worst case scenario, if the basement's taking on water. But how thorough are they? Honestly, what's this guy look like? If he's got a polo tucked in and tools on his belt, and he's like a socially awkward weirdo, that's the guy you want. You want the biggest dork you can find. Like a thin, haircut, out of style, Otonic sneakers wearing who you want as a you know what I mean? He's on your side.
As a realtor?
As a home inspector.
As a home inspector.
This guy is like your lawyer. Like he is your lawyer. He's on your side. So you don't want to be no slob like do whatever, you know what I mean? Like just
you want a nerd.
You want a nerd.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know what I mean? And then his report that he gives you, the nicest one I ever got was in a binder. I used to use this really good younger guy. He was a good nerd. I get along. All I do is hang with nerds. I love him. I'm a nerd. I'm a big. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, baby? I ain't a dork. I am a Dominican nerd. Nerd. Like every time I playing handball, they say, look, there he go, Texas Instrument, he the nerd. Look, he gonna do my homework. He a nerd. And so yeah, no, they suck. Home inspectors, you want them to suck for you. You know what I'm saying? So the nicest one I ever got was like a three ring binder with photos of everything. He addressed every system, crawled in the attic. I mean, we're taking screwdrivers to rafters and shit like that. So all the way up, all the way in. Lots of special machines to see where heat's escaping and whatnot. There's all kinds of special. Cool. Yeah, they can see like where there's like drafts and whatnot. Okay. You can also do an energy efficiency program for those of you who have a house. Call every state has one. It's probably a grift. I don't know, or it's probably some Greenpeace tax that some politicians' pockets, but you can call and get an energy survey. They can basically come in and tear your house apart, and then they offer to fix a bunch of stuff for like $100 out of your pocket, and it's well worth it always.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I did it this year. I did a bunch of. They gave me like a free installation. I don't know, but check into that kind of stuff too.
Frank, not Frank's, with the 25. Hey Nick, I'm getting to a point where I can comfortably afford a house soon, but I'm not sure how long I plan to stay in Minnesota. Is it better to have something to sell or to wait until I know where I want to be? Thanks, big dog.
Well, congratulations on saving up enough money to give yourself the confidence to be able to buy your own homestead. Good job. It's not easy. You deserve Minnesota's kind of hot, man. I like Minnesota. I think Minnesota's good. Minnesota's on my short punch list of places I know I'd like Milwaukee. You know, like places I never hung, but I know I'd like it. I know I've met a lot of people from Minnesota. They have a really, really great attitude. They're cool.
Drinking.
Yeah, they're drinking.
People.
And
Supper
I know.
club.
I know you have a crisis there of some sorts with crime. You know,
the St. Cloud area.
Yeah.
That's like, I think, an hour or two west of Minneapolis. I've been there. That's the only time I've been in Minnesota. That's like a.
Yeah.
It's like a farm kind of town. That's the only time I've been in Minnesota.
You like it? You like it?
It was nice.
People were
quiet.
nice. People were nice.
Peaceful.
Yeah. I remember a funny story. Sam and I were driving across the country, and these girls were like laughing at us because we looked crazy, and we were on the road in Minnesota on the highway.
They were laughing.
And they were like our age. We were like 25 at the time, or 20. Yeah, I don't know. We were driving across the country, and these girls were like kind of funny on the side of us, so we were like making faces at them and shit. And their tampons were in their like they had tampons on like the back deck of their sedan, and I could see them. And we had a whiteboard in the car, and I wrote "nice tampons," and they were dying. And I'll never forget that about Minnesota.
Nice.
And yeah, that was a fun time. That's my anecdote about Minnesota. That was just passing through. But yeah.
Sounds like a college
but Minnesota, yeah, I don't know. To answer your question, man, if you're gonna if you're not too. Buy yourself like a camp or something that's easy to rent out, like something that's cheap and easy to rent out, not a or a great long-term rental, which would be a single-family home a small, cheap single-family home, cheaper than what you can afford. Go down, and then escape, and then you'll if you buy it right in the right area, you price buy something in an emerging market. Very easy thing to rent out, or do some traveling now. Hit the road and try to find the areas you want. Like if you're not sure, I think that takes a long time to figure out where you're going to settle down. But I don't know. Everybody's different. Traveling around with money in your pocket's pretty dangerous too. I've done that. I've done it both ways. Done it broke and done it with a little bit of money. You're just going to spend it. So I'd hate to see you have money, go out, try to find stuff, and then not have enough money when you land there. So yeah, do both. It's kind of a non-answer. I didn't mean to do that to you, but if you think you're going to stay and you're really in your home and your family's there and you're going to go back there, then pick up something that's like I said, easily rental. And I think that finding a place where you're going to settle down that's not your home and you don't even know where to begin, then you're probably 10 years out and you should spend your vacations ironing out the answer to that question.
Girthus Maximus with the 25. Evening, gents. Moisture kit costs $40, or call a remodeling guy to check for you for free. Can get a couple $100 in rebates if you check with your local energy company. I think he was just.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Going off what you're saying.
Dude, imagine that. A guy paid $25 to give an answer. So is this moisture kit for $25? For $40?
$40.
Yep, call a remodeling guy, check you for free. Yeah, get a couple $100 in rebates if you check with your local energy. Yeah, there you go, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So there is a moisture test, $40. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we have, we have wet basements around here. We have high water tables, ledge, places you can't dig, wetlands, places you can't build, etc. So floodplains, they all got their caveats. The grass is never greener. I'm just a guy that'll never be excited about anything. But yeah, it as they say, can happen.
We got Link with the $20.
Yo.
At my wit's end dealing with banks and credit unions trying to build my tiny house. They're considered too new here in Alabama. Mm-hmm. So most financiers won't touch it. Any tips or insights would be appreciated.
Yeah, private money, credit, home equity lines, old-fashioned hustling, making money, second job, that kind of crap, selling stuff. I know this is like, oh, no shit. Call a tiny home company, a national one, and then ask them if they have any lenders that work with people specifically. There might be some national banks that this stuff specifically. They might have a small exposure that they waive whatever the contingencies are on it. That's probably my best bet. I don't think they find, I mean, it's going to be personal loans and stuff like that to get it done. It's going to be a combination of both. Basically, you having to go down there, grind it out, make a little bit more money. Maybe burgle. You can steal.
Yeah.
Smash and grab.
Bank
Could you do a
heist.
smash and grab at a mall? Louis Vuitton? I would. Seems like a pretty good way. I'd do a smash and grab at the...
Emerald Square Mall.
Yeah, the Emerald Square Mall. Just go in. It seems like the best way to do is to wear a mask and a hooded sweatshirt.
Mighty So with the 25. Nick, I'm sick of living and working in New York City. I'm planning to save $100K and leave the city and my job. Is that enough in your opinion, or how would you use $100K to buy most freedom time? Should I rent with it or buy a cheap place, etc.? Getting out of New York.
Good for you, bro. Get out of New York. Take a train and go upstate. If you have some New York connects, you have good work. 100 grand's enough. That's enough. You gotta find a place. If you have 100 grand, there's a metric on it. If you have $100,000, you should go out and find where you can spend you can get the nicest $275,000 to $375,000 house that makes you really happy, and you found the best bar where you can have a good burger and you can set up a good life. That's what I would do. That's the way I would execute it. That gives you just about enough money. 10% down, plus 10% down, which is 28 to 38 grand, right? Plus the fees and all that bullshit. Give yourself a couple of bucks to be able to renovate. Be able to fix the things that you want. Set yourself up with some furniture, some things. Houses need things that you didn't have from your apartment from New York, I'm sure. But to live a decent life where you're not choking yourself too crazy. But where the hell is that $295,000 gem? That's financeable. How far away is it? Check in Western Mass. Check in West Adams, Mass. Check in Troy, Albany, New York. Up and down the Hudson River, starting in Hudson, New York. There's some nice stuff up there. Not Hudson, but Catskill. Those areas are pretty nice. That's some hot stuff up there. If you like check up Eastern Connecticut. It's not bad. Same kind of deal as Western Mass. But lots of stuff in Central Vermont, Northern Vermont, Northern New Hampshire, Central Maine. Look at. Just find the city. Find your flavor, man. And I wish you the best of it.